Alright guys, so another video here. We're gonna just look at some past trades that we took this past week within our signals group. So the very first one that we're gonna be looking at would be our Euro AUD trade. As you realize here, price was in giving us some bullish movement, realized that we were now retracing. Sort of got in late. I wasn't more so interested in the sales. I was waiting for buy opportunities based on what the market was doing. So right here is pretty much where the market opened right up here. All right, so at this time, I wasn't feeling comfortable with executing on a trade. So, based on the overall analysis, I won't be going in depth with the analysis, just that this was a major confirmation here with this zone. So, once we had price retesting in this zone, then I was looking for buy entries. A test of this trend line would have also been an added confluence amongst what we had. So for this trade, we went in right here. We took, but I didn't have any sort of drawdown in this trade, and we secured 300 pips on this entry. So we were taking profits along the way. I really only got a little pullback right in this area, not much. So this was one of the faster trades to actually play out. And right there, it gave us 300 pips right there. All right. So on to the next trade of the week. I believe it was Euro JPY. All right. So this one was a pretty good one. However, we entered a bit too early on this one. So the entry was here. Price was failing to break above. We had the entry here, had the stop loss right above this yellow line, which was the last high way back in price over there on a higher time frame, but price pushed up some more. Didn't bother to re-enter this, so we took a loss, just about 20, 30 pips right here. For this one, yeah, so 20 pip stop loss. So we got short by 20 pip there, but still the overall analysis played right out. Even would have fallen further than where our take profit was, but that's all right. Another one that we did was just a short on AUD JPY. On this one, he just took the minor cells based off a retest off of this um, level here. Was eyeing the possibility of also testing this trend line along with retesting these lows over here. Price didn't make it all the way there. So based on our take profit, I believe the last one was right here, 60 pip. That is what we got on AUD JPY. So the next pair was UJ. So on this pair, uh, just a moment. So we got in the sales on this one. Right here, we sold all the way down, had take final take profit here, which was just in price sensitivity area here to the left, eyeing the possibility also that it can retest our trend line here and also these lows, but didn't want to stay in and be greedy. So based on the take profits that were sent into the group, I believe this was another 300 pip, correct? That was secured. So another 300. And then after that, we entered the buy, which is currently running. I believe we secured 120 pip. Yeah, so the take profit, the last one that was hit was right here for 120 pip. Went up to as far as 138 pip. So currently we've secured 120 pip on this setup, which are still in as we speak, waiting to see how this one plays out. So this is one of the pairs that we did a double trade on. The next one was CAD JPY. We got in some buys, had a little bit of drawdown here, just about 22 pip. Stop loss on this one is a little wider to facilitate for the zones over here where price may retrace to. However, price did exactly what I was expecting. We pushed up, running just over 200 pip right now. Final take profit, and well, the last take profit that was hit was 200 pip, which is right here. So currently we're waiting to hit our final TP for another 300 pip. But so far we have secured 200 pip on this move. I had to do it higher time frame analysis, break and retest of our zones and our trend lines as well. So this was a beautiful one of the ones that didn't take any time to push off either from our entry. And then we had GBP AUD. Now this one was something else. So I was waiting right here for the candle to give us a break. So the entry came when I realized what was happening here. Price was respecting this area. News was coming up for AUD. So I went ahead and I used a sell stop right below the low of this last 1 hour candle. Based on that, we did get activated with um, just a little bit of drawdown. I'm not even sure if we had drawdown. Yes, we had a little bit. This is about 17 pip in drawdown, and then news came out and price fell to a TP of 170 pip. Again, I was expecting price to come into this area, um, but I wasn't going to, I didn't have all the necessary confirmations to say, okay, it's just going to shoot right down to this area. So I was fine with sending it out to say we just secured 170 pip, not to be greedy, because at this point we already had a lot of winning trades. So, but the ideal target was this area. However, it fell short of retesting and then went up for the buys. We didn't get in the buys based on the fact that I was waiting to see how price would react to this area or any one of these levels down here or this major time frame trend line, which it didn't react to. So we satisfied with our 170 pip off of this trade on GJ. So for GJ, we took some sales on GJ based off of the higher time frame rejections once again. Got in and we secured just 260 pip off of GJ. Again, was looking for GJ to come into this area here. Um, Let me double check if we got in. There was a lot that was going on in this same time here. So I believe, yeah, I didn't get in on the buys on GJ. Um, Hold on, before I say, let me double check. Buys GJ. All right, no, so we got in on the buys here on GJ, but we only secured 50 pip right here, and then it fell because I had this white line as an area of sensitivity for me. That's why I stopped it here. This was the first analysis to get to this line and then to continue for buys, but the minor structure didn't hold. So we secured 260 pip here and we secured 50 pip here. So all in all, that's 310 pips on GJ. I didn't get in on the buys. I had the alert set just a little bit too low, so it didn't get activated at the moment when price came down here, so missed the buys on GJ. So currently watching this pair to see if we can get an entry. Last pair of the day was gold. Let me bring up the chart. So this is a chart that we were using. So gold played beautifully right here. So we had two buy positions running from this level. One we had going as far as to the highs over here, and this one stopping right here. So again, this was based on major time frame. This trend line is one of our major confirmations that was being used, along with identifying that price is in a consolidation range. So with all of that being said, we're looking for push-ups along with some other confirmations based on the trading pattern that I use. So once we got our confirmations, we entered. The entry on here was the earlier one, which had us in some drawdowns with some wide stop loss of 70 pip. Also had an entry that I got in too early on, and we hit our 20 pip stop loss on that. But we got back in, and then we got another entry when price was breaking right up here. So we had two entries. So we had one entries here, and we had one that got stopped out here, and then there was another entry here. So we had two entries running on gold. So for this entry, we took it right up to this level, as I had this was an area of importance for me. I had it marked. So on this one, we secured just about 550 pip based off of this entry right here. And the other entry was off the was right here that we took. Had the same take profit again, which was just 580 pip. It was pretty close to the first entry. Um, the other entry, that was just a personal entry, so I won't include that. What I'm including is just what was sent in the signals group. So again, we had this. So this was all running just the same when we had this movement here. So advise the team that, hey, we're going to wait for price to retest. I also sent this one, this analysis in the free group. So anyone that was in the free Telegram group would have waited for price to come back to this area for the entry. And based on the take profit I was sent, they would have secured 200 pip on gold. From that, we entered a sell late on Friday. I honestly did not remember that it was Friday. So that is why you're seeing this right here. So pretty much we're right now sitting at break even where this sell is concerned, but that would be the updates for the trades that we took this past week. So this is what it actually looks like if we're counting pips. So we'll do the calculation here. I normally send these out on Instagram, but I have stopped doing so based on information being taken and used elsewhere. So I just decided to stop that. So this was it. So we had a ending week, a positive 3,050 pip. This was a supersized week. This is a largest, no, is this number correct though? Let's do it again. So we have 300 plus 60 plus 300 plus 120 plus 200 plus 170 plus 260 plus 310 plus 550 plus 580 plus 200. Oh, it's correct. So 3050 pip. Um, we took 20 pips on gold for a loss. We took 20 pips on EJ for a loss. So we ended the week with just over 3000 pip. And this has been my largest week to date based on my knowledge. So this is what this past week looked like in the signals group. So the first week of May is pretty much a very good week for us in the signals group. So just decided to do this overall breakdown where you can keep track of progress in the signals group versus on Instagram. So thanks once again for tuning in and see you guys next week for another update.